Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with Bharat TV and Paytm First Games. We're going to be talking about today's upcoming IPL game in just a moment. Before we do, let me remind you, Paytm First Games, who have made all of this possible and all this happen, are a wonderful, brilliant, leading fantasy cricket app. You can play along with the IPL and pick your own teams and score points based on who you're selecting to play where in the team. You can be captain. You can be manager. You can play all those roles. And it's not just us lot that are playing along with fantasy cricket. Even Sachin Tendulkar and his friends are. Check it out.
Excuse me, क्या मैं आपके साथ खेल सकता हूँ?
लेकिन मैच तो शुरू हो गया अभी।
अबे ये रे सचिन है सचिन।
हाँ मतलब वो भी है
और जीतना भी तो है।
हाँ।
सिर्फ बैटिंग सर।
सचिन की तरह पेटीएम फर्स्ट गेम्स पे मैच शुरू होने के बाद भी आप नया कॉन्टेस्ट एंटर कर सकते हैं।
पेटीएम फर्स्ट गेम्स, खेलो हट के, जीतो जम के।
This game involves the element of financial risk and may be addictive. Please play responsibly and at your own risk.
That's right. Play along, have some fun, and enjoy the fantasy element of this game. But back to reality, people, because the reality is that top are playing bottom. It's orange versus yellow. One wants to cement their legacy at the top of the table, and the other one just wants to stay in the game and wants to be in with a chance of those playoffs. Because if I'm right in saying that if it doesn't go the way it should do today for Sunrisers Hyderabad, playoffs are a definite mathematical out. But for CSK, this is just about dominating, right? So it's two different strategies, but both essential in their own way. So real talk, let's talk to the Sunrisers Hyderabad people first. You're not the match favourites. Where's your confidence right now going into today? Who wants to kick things off?
I'll take it.
Dipti, tell me.
Yeah. So we don't want to look into the previous stats. We just want to look into the previous team where everything kind of fit in very well. So I felt everyone did a very good job. So we are pretty confident that the team can take on, because it's just about believing in the team and their ability, not about the opponents. If we are good any day on the ground, we can defeat any team, whether it be table toppers or anything else. Yeah.
Right. Actually, you mentioned the openers there. Varun, let's have a look at the squad, because your openers are kind of missing in action at the moment. You haven't got a Warner. There's no Pandey. So it's a tricky one. Who are you looking at when you look at that squad there on the screen now? Who are you relying on?
So for batting, I mean, the middle order, it's a young middle order, not as experienced. So if we're going to go with middle order terms, it's obviously going to be Kane Williamson. Opening, it should be Jason Roy. So I think, now we got nothing to lose, as, it's kind of complicated to make it into the playoffs. So, as I said, we have nothing to lose. We can just go with any, just try and experiment. It's time for experiments. Drop Manish Pandey, some kind of like experienced players who did not really perform in the first phase or these few matches in the phase 2, and then just bring in the youngsters. As I said in the, I think in the post-match video, bring in the youngsters for that sparkle and element of the team.
Yeah, you're right. It's worth a shot though now. But see, so is it gamble playing, or is this almost what you're doing now, Dipti? What you'll almost do as a squad, what Kane Williamson will be doing, is saying, look, play your game. Well, what is Kane saying? What's Kane saying to the team right now?
Honestly, I don't think after the last defeat that we had, we didn't look into we still had a chance. All of us thought that we are done. We don't it's out of our hands now. We have to depend on other teams and other teams' results to qualify right now. So it's not in our hands. What is in our hands is to perform good on that particular day, and I'm sure Kane Williamson will be telling the team the same thing. Don't take any pressure. It's okay. One off season, it's fine. And one thing we can still brag about is that we have been the most consistent team in qualifying since 2016. That is the fact, and that will stay together. One off season is fine. There are many teams that don't qualify. Just one off season and it is fine. It is okay. That's what Kane Williamson will be telling, and that's what we are telling to ourselves. We are not sticking and looking into prediction table, but all is going our way. That is a
Okay.
plus point. Yeah. So that is
No,
something that we are looking. So what if we want to win, the thing that we should look into is we have to win it by higher margins. But all of that will add pressure. So we are not looking into those statistics or anything. We just want to go there and play a free game. Game. That's all.
yeah. I always say, I think, when someone's got nothing to lose, that it's amazing what that frees up. I don't know whether what you guys have been through, but if you're ever in a spot, whatever element of life you're in, if you haven't got anything to lose, it's amazing what that does to your mindset, what that does to your ability, what that does to your capabilities as well. I wonder, I really wonder whether this could be a big upset for CSK with a different kind of SRH. So, Ronak, on that note of the youngsters, have you got faith in the youngsters, or is this last chance hotel? Like, you know what? All we got is youngsters. Let's give it a go. But actually, who do you know in your squad that you're thinking, no, actually, they've got what it takes?
I think Abhishek was very brilliant the other day with Kane. He battled and he held there. He held his wicket. I think Priyam also has an opportunity, but I would like to see Virat Singh come in and play. I don't know why he is not given the opportunity. If there's any change, I would like him to play instead of anyone, not specifically moving out someone. I don't think dropping Priyam is correct just because he didn't perform in one game. I still believe in Priyam, but I just want Virat to come in and see Virat Singh to come in and just try him out because he is good. And I think see, it's not that it is true that the top, the experience didn't perform, but there's a certain experience that is still performing. There's Kane Williamson who's still performing, who's anchoring. There was Jason Roy who did a debut, but he's an experienced player. We all know that. So he's just showing his experience. So it's not that we don't have options. The problem with SRH is we have same person, same role. We have multiple players. That has been a problem. That's the only problem. But now I think the youngsters can take it forward.
Okay. You bigged up Virat Singh there. Ronak, what do you think someone like Virat Singh brings to the party? And would you agree with Dipti that he should be brought in?
Yeah, I believe that, because if you see the auctions are next year, mega auctions, and you want to know which players can you retain back into your squad, or say if at least go again to purchase them, because you know what their capabilities are, because you have seen them in the practice sessions, the nets, and you know how they can bring value to your team. And if you play them now, then you can understand how will they handle the pressure situations, or say if they can or not. They won't have to do the scouting process all over again. So I feel that they are up for it.
Sorry, I've just realised I've mixed up my my team members. Yeah, I've gone to. I'm like, what? Where's Ronak coming from? Did I say Ronak instead of Varun? Did I say that?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. And I'm like,
I was surprised myself.
Yeah, and then I got really confused with the screen. I'm like, where's the sound coming? It was all very positive. Sorry, and look at that. Can I just say how very lovely of you to answer a question about them so graciously. But you can sit back down for a minute. Varun, where do you stand on Virat Singh coming in?
So we still have 4 more games, and for now, I just say believe in our youngsters, believe in Priyam Garg for now. He was the Indian U19 captain, so just instead of dropping him, give him some hope. That will boost his morale a bit more. So we can test maybe Virat Singh in the last 2 or the last game of the league. But for now, I just say go with Virat Singh. Priyam Garg.
We're all doing it. We're all getting our names mixed up. Look, it's top versus bottom. We're all a bit over the place. We're up, we're down. Even Rishi's on the comments going, Tommy, come on, pay attention. All right. Then let me ask you this, Varun. One more question for you. Your internationals, surely that's your strongest aspect in some respect, lineup-wise. Are you leaning on your internationals today?
Let's hope not, because in the middle order, as we also seen Abhishek Sharma, I think Kane really boosted his confidence in the middle, being a captain. And then, he has that kind of element which Kane supports the other young Indian batsmen. So I think Abhishek Sharma might be an X factor in the middle order for us today. I think he's proving to be worth in our middle order. I mean, where have we kept this guy for a long time? I knew he had the capability, but, we weren't just using him a lot. And again, as you said, over dependence on, the international, Rashid Khan or Jason Roy. So this is where I think maybe Suchit can also come in. just for the Indian spin option, since Dubai is kind of favoring this spin just a bit. I think we might just see an extra spinner come in, or else just Abhishek Sharma will take a couple of overs.
Okay, right. Let's have a little look at CSK then, right? And Prasanna, as you are, nothing to really change, Prasanna.
I would say that if we had beaten KK quite easily, but as we know, Heart Attack Super Kings were back in absolute full effect, and it was going well. We were like 100 for 2 in like 11 overs, and we needed to chase around 70 in last 8 overs, and they thought, okay, if we win this easily, people will start doubting us, so let's take it to the last over, let's take it to the last ball, and then win it. So, but a win is a win, and we can't ask for more. One of the main issues is Sam Curran, his bowling last time. He was getting taken apart. And will they bring back Bravo or stick with Sam Curran? Because I think the other foreigners might be fixed. Faf is fixed, Moeen Ali is fixed. And I probably think Hazelwood also might be fixed because he's been bowling well. So apart from that, maybe Sam Curran or Dwayne Bravo, that dilemma might be there. But apart from that, the squad looks good.
Okay, let's take a look at the squad. Here is the CSK, Chennai Super Kings squad. Like you said, Faf back. You tell me, Ronak, now we will come to you. You can talk about your side. Who's your standout guy there? There's so many standout guys, but who's got to deliver today, or who will deliver? Who has been delivering?
In the slowest pitches, I always back Rituraj Gaikwad to play a blinder, because he has been playing spinners really well. And if you see Rashid Khan, their potent bowler, he has a strike rate of 190 against him. So only few batsmen can actually vouch for that. I have a strike rate of 100 plus against Rashid Khan. So we have that player against us. So I would say Rituraj Gaikwad, and then we have, of course, a Sir and a Lord in our team. So we are pretty backed up with that.
Yeah, what's his story? Tell me a bit more about Gaikwad, because it's a name that everyone's been saying a lot this season, particularly this leg of the season. This second half of the IPL, actually, Prasanna, it's been good for him, hasn't it?
Even you see towards the end of the last year, he scored 3 successive 50s, and in the beginning he came in because Raido was injured. He was not played at his proper position, played at number 4, and he couldn't make things count. And then you had this thing about the Dhoni telling about spark and whatnot, and then him coming and scoring 350s. And this year again, he didn't start off the right note, but he scored again. And this time when the second leg started, he scored 88 against Mumbai. He scored well against RCB and against KKR as well. And we also have to remember, I think he was last year or before that in the Mushtaq Ali Trophy or in the Vijay Hazare Trophy, he was just second behind Devdutt Padikkal. So we know what kind of batsman he is. And last year we had an opening. We had a lot of issues. We were chopping and changing. Nothing was working. But we are happy that we have now found someone who we can rely on, who is someone who doesn't play, who rarely plays a shot in anger, just classy shots, free flow, free swing of the bat. And he's probably he is the best thing to have happened in the opening since last year, because we were chopping and changing, nothing was working, and he has come out and sorted that out along with Faf du Plessis, who is also in form.
Yeah, but see, that's again, kind of reflecting back on Sunrisers, I suppose, in a way. That's what's nice to see. When you chop and change around, when you play things around, you're looking for that combination of winning formula. It's like a little lock, and you're turning all the little dials to kind of go click, click. Aha, we're in. And I think it will come for SRH as well. But it's really nice to see it working for Chennai Super Kings at the moment. Ronak, the pitch, like we said, what do we know about the pitch? You got lots of spinners. How does the bowling and your pitch work together?
To be honest, this Sharjah pitch is like that. Reminds me of a friend who organizes a bachelor party in Bodh Gaya instead of Goa. And then you always have that friend in your group who always finds a way to have some fun. And in fact, that friend has been CSK. Let me tell you some numbers about this pitch. Sharjah has hosted 3 games till now. RCB CSK first, then Punjab and SRH second, KKR and DC third. Only team to have scored more than 130 is RCB, and CSK chased it down in, say, with 2 overs to spare. They scored 156, and CSK scored with 2 overs to spare. So this pitch has been playing differently. and we are sure about that we'll be able to solve that problem with the spinners in our rank, like likes of Jadeja, and we do have slower bowlers as well in Shardul and Deepak Chahar, who can really amp it up. And Shardul's patent theory is to take 2 wickets in an over. I hope we get to see that again. Yeah.
Okay, this is it then. So okay, so lots of dynamics. So sorry, so really, what's your point about the pitch? Then are you saying it's your pitch, or are you saying it's an inconsistent pitch?
I'm just saying that CSK has found a way to tamper the inconsistent pitch in Sharjah. CSK just had found the real solution to it. No other team has been able to find that. So we are in a good position to go.
So you saying you got 99 problems, but the pitch ain't one. Okay,
yeah,
so that's really
absolutely.
Right, we know that for a fact. Okay, well, that's you guys pipped against each other. Like we said, this is another. Again, every team's got their own reasons to want to win, I suppose, and things to reflect on. But this could be a little lifeline for SRH. We could be talking in 2-3 games time, kind of going, wow, from the jaws of being down and out, you're now back in the mix because other things have happened elsewhere, or not. And this is the moment. This is why we discuss these feelings right now. It's great. So this is you two up against each other. But of course, this is we're here with Paytm First Games, and we want to see your fantasy team. So this is a combination of both sides brought together in a fantasy style and fashion. We have got. Sorry, my watch just pinged in that moment. My watch just pinged, and you know what it said? It said breathe. Breathe. It's like that, yeah, because I'm getting excited. I'm getting amped. I'm like, look at this. Look at the fantasy squad. Look, Gekwa, Duplessis, Roy, Moeen Ali, Saha. It's a good squad. That's our fantasy squad for all you fantasy players. But let's also have a look at our top picks. Our top picks as well from each side as well, if you're playing along. It's Roy and Williamson in Hyderabad and Jadeja and Gekwa in Chennai. Nothing to look at in CSK, Tommy, says a comment from Rish. He goes, we win games. And we will win this season as well. So maybe Sunrisers Hyderabad shouldn't feel bad about losing to what will be the overall winners. I don't know. Okay, let's hear from you. Just very quickly before we get on to fighting talk, Varun. Have these guys got what it takes? Have Chennai Super Kings got to win the league?
Yeah, I mean, they do. Last year, it was a bad year for CSK, first of all, in UAE, but I think they found a way to tackle the pitches, as first of all, Ronak said. So, I think CSK does really have a chance to win it here, especially for Dhoni. If he's retiring today, sorry, not today, but this year, especially in IPL, I think, they will really fight for Dhoni this time. I think this is CSK's year.
Okay, and not DC?
I don't. So this is my logic. If Dhoni is retiring this year, I'll support CSK. If he's not retiring, it's DC's year.
Okay, right. which we'll know about afterwards. Or maybe if he wins, if CSK win, then he'll retire. If he doesn't win, then they'll have to carry on playing. Maybe it's conditional the other way as well. Okay, it's time to put you guys against each other with a bit of fighting talk. Everybody loves this. It's where we get, sometimes we've had shiny, sometimes we've had sweet messages, sometimes we get statistics, and sometimes we get raw fire. Who will be doing the fighting talk for CSK today? Who's doing that? Is it Prasanna or Ronak?
I'll go.
Ronak is going to do it. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just put one at the end, but you go for it.
Works.
No problem.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Ronak, you kick things off then. By the way, who's going to do it out of Varun and Dipti?
Varun can do it. Yeah.
First of all, I literally have nothing to say bad about CSK. Literally, they're perfect this year. And even if I bring out the past, there's no use. They're perfect right now, so I have nothing to say.
No, see, then that's not fighting talk, okay? A boxer doesn't go, you don't go into a boxing ring saying, well, the other guy's a really good fighter, so he should probably beat me up. Dipti, can I count on you to do the fighting talk then, yeah?
Yeah,
lovely. Okay, good. That's my girl. All right, over to you then, Ronak, with your 30 seconds and a little additional line from Prasanna at the end. It starts now.
In the media, everyone is saying that CSK is replicating 2018, right? And are the firm favorites, and also Varun mentioned about that. So if we have anything to go by that tactic, then CSK was the first team to beat one single opponent 4 times in a season. You know which team is I'm talking about. I don't need to repeat it. And secondly, Rashid Khan is the star bowler that struggles against very few batsmen, as I mentioned. and two of them in our R ranks, Ambati Raidu and Rituraj Gaikwad with a strike rate of 190 plus. And to culminate, we have a Sir Jadeja and a Lord Thakur. What do you need else to win a game?
Prasanna, add to it.
Don't mess with the fire, because when fire fires the fire, fire will be fire. CSK is the fire, Dhoni is the fire. ఈ రోజు మన అమ్మ ఆడుతున్నారు, సెంచరీ కొడుతున్నారు.
Bro, my God. Jeez.
I didn't understand the ending, but I got the fire. There was lots of fire, and don't fight the fire, because if you fight fire with fire, then you'll end up with fire. And one thing's for sure, I'm on fire. Goodbye. That's what I got from it. But what say what you said at the end again. What was the last line, Prasanna?
Okay, that was in Telugu. So today Ambati Raidu is playing and he'll hit a century against SRH because Hyderabad is his hometown. So
love it. There you go. That's fighting talk. They've stamped it down. They're going to get centuries. They're going to burn you down to the ground with the fire. Dipti, your 30 seconds to give it back to them starts now.
Ronak only took out the topic of Rashid Khan. If your star player and your most popular player, MS Dhoni, has a strike rate of under 100 against Rashid Khan, so we are hoping for him to take his wicket. That is also a key point. And another thing, see, SRH is not done yet, and SRH have risen up, just like I mentioned in the previous trash talk. And now we are going to take it forward, and we are going to just imagine, guys. If we kind of win against the table toppers, I guess that is it for us, and that is something that I'm counting on. That is something that will happen today, and you gotta watch out. You will have it.
Okay, it's coming. Time's up. Right, watch out. They're going to mess with the table. They're going to wobble the table toppers. You're going to be falling off the top of the table before you know it. Okay, it's all happening. It's all to play for. Sunrisers have got lots to prove. And of course, CSK want to keep that top spot. We're in for another great day of IPL action. We always follow it all here on Bharat Army TV. We love cricket. We love Team India. But the IPL is just super sexy and exciting. And so we're celebrating our Bharat Army members and the teams that they're supporting. Thank you, as always. You know I love you guys. Prasanna, Dipti, Varun, and also Ronak for representing both sides even at one point as well. How lovely of you, Ronak. Truly, truly lovely. Enjoy your day. Enjoy the game. I'll see you at the same time tomorrow. See you later, guys.